Folks, thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate it. I guess this morning, technically, when I'll be premiering this. But folks, you're going to want to come to Weirdo Wonderland tonight because wow, what a week it's been so far. And I'm not one to say I told you so, but did I not tell you that there's going to be some grade A lulz milk produced from this trivector of fail, this tenuous alliance between G-Man, Shanrev, and Vonhelton? Oh, but how glorious it was last night. Now, if you're not in the know, Shanny for Christ hosted a live stream in which, well, she's been doing a series of them where she's been allowing people that have grievances or whatnot to come in and confront her, I guess. But in one, there was myself, of course, Mindbender, and Baby Jane, Dragon Jim, and other cast members, I could say. But one out of the blue drop-in that happened was Kenny KPZ. Now, you might be wondering why. Oh, it was a 9-hour hangout, and Vonhelton raged for at least 8 of it. I mean, hard raged. Meltdown rage. He now blames Shanny for losing the children. But folks, he is butthurt. He's mad. But he just dropped this little video. I only watched 5 minutes of it. So I know I'm kind of giving you the dessert before the main course, but don't spoil your appetite, kiddies. If you haven't seen it, I know you're going to go over and want to watch some of it. But there's a lot to work through. So tonight, on Weirdo Wonderland at 11 p.m., we are going to be taking a look at, I guess, the first chunk, where we have Kenny KPZ and Vonhelton having a little sit-down, a little fireside one-on-one. You're not going to want to miss it. And then I think for the next week, we have enough to feast on out of that epic live stream, I think, to cover the rage quota for the next few Weirdo Wonderlands, that's for sure. I think I might have to bump a few aside, because there's been rage other places. We're going to check in on that. I mean, apparently Emo got another welfare check, and he didn't take that too well. And I don't know, Targeted Citizens raging about his neighbor landscaping his own property. But anyways, we'll get into all that. But tonight, we're going to take a look at this. So this, just to give you a little context, is his, I guess, his own reaction or rebuke to the, as he calls it, Trollfest that took place on that epic 9-hour live stream. We will be covering it, folks. I have, of course, sped this up, but first things first. I went out and got these special. Here we go. How sweet it is. We're going to enjoy that. So sit back, relax, grab your snacks, get your frosty mug out, and get ready, because this teat is about to be squeezed, folks. Thank you once again for joining me on this ride through the Weirdo Wonderland. Here we go.
We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, this is the second time doing this because I fucked it up the first time. I forgot to remember that I had rebooted my computer because of a Windows update.
For some reason, BitChute doesn't like full screen when I'm using OBS. I'm not exactly sure why. So we're going to have to watch like this. Sorry, folks, but you'll get the idea.
And Windows is notorious about potting down my microphone. I don't know why it does that. And I totally forgot to pot my mic back up after my Windows update. And so as a result, the whole fucking video is just my lips moving. You couldn't hear shit. Oops. Okay, so I fixed it. Hopefully now my damn audio will be up nice and high where you can hear me. All right, so what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to show you some clips from a live hangout that I was in last night where a bunch of people allowed the trolls, my haters, the very people that called CPS to steal my children, and that drove my wife insane, to literally come in the hangout and call me a pedophile, a mass murderer, a rapist, a wife beater, and, you know, saying I'm abusing my children, I'm neglecting my children, and all this, you know, and these people, remember, folks, these people have criminal records long as my damn arm, some of them. Not all, but most of them. Many of them are criminals, actual criminals with actual criminal records, okay? And the others are internet stalkers who stalk children, who stalk adults, who stalk pretty much anybody. And so, you know, so here we are. I've got to do this video because I've got to protect myself.
So just a disclaimer, and I know it's Vonhelton, but I do have to say it. He's going to make many claims that actually don't pertain to the people that were in that live stream at all. Like, I don't know how he would know that anybody in there has a criminal record longer than his arm. I'm just throwing that out there as a disclaimer to be responsible somewhat, I guess, moving forward.
Right. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, folks, we're going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth here. This is Shanny for Christ. And remember, I went into Shanny and Rev's hangout once before and was completely and totally attacked by all my haters, all my enemies, people that have called CPS out to my house numerous times, people that called the FBI on me, people that have called the CIA on me, people that have tried to get me arrested for crimes I didn't commit. There was somebody down here that committed murder. They tried to claim that I had committed murder and actually had the police down here to come down here and try to throw me in jail over it. And it wasn't even me. It was somebody else. Okay? But this is what these trolls and haters do. They harass people on the fucking internet. That's what they do. All right? So now we're going to hear. Now remember, these are grown adults. They know exactly what the hell they're saying. They ain't nobody here got any type of misunderstanding or anything like that. They know that what they're speaking to a room full of my trolls and haters, people that have been talking to CPS. Okay, that's very important to get when you hear what this person says. It's very important to understand that they know they're talking to people that have actually talked to CPS. Okay, so let's hear what she's got to say.
Take the floor.
I honestly think CPS right now coming into Von's life is actually a good thing. The man needs anger management.
We'll be right back after these messages. All right, so you've heard what Shanny had to say for yourself. Now, remember, this whole entire chat is full of people who have called CPS and got my kids taken away, who have disparaged me ad nauseum the whole 9 hours the chat was going. And they've sat there and allowed it to happen. Not one word was said. I mean, you got Katie Childers in there, a known internet terrorist, sitting there chiding me, calling me a pedophile, saying I'm raping young girls, saying that I'm abusing my wife, saying I'm abusing my children. Not one time did Rev or Shanny ever call her on the carpet for that. Not one fucking time. All right. Now, admittedly, Rev did say somewhere in the middle of that 9 hours that, oh, well, we're not here to attack Von. Oh, yeah, like they really give a shit about your opinion, Rev. They don't care about your opinion. You gave them a platform to harass Vonhelton, and they fucking love you for it, brother. They love you for it. 897 views. Let me say that again. 897 views on this live chat. Gee, could the harassment of Vonhelton been to get views, folks? You tell me. Does any of my videos have 897 views? No. Do any of my videos on BitTube or BitTubers have that much? Now, BitTubers has that fake-ass 1.k views, which we both know is just a damn bot. It's not really real. Okay, so BitTubers, you gotta go overlook that. But go to my videos on BitTube. Do you see 800 views on? Now, I do have like 1 or 2 videos that have a lot of views, that's true. But most of my videos average 200, 300, 400 views, okay? Certainly not 900 to 1,000, okay? So this was done not only to hurt me, not only to get my kids taken away, but also to get views. I mean, that's abundantly clear. 897 views at the time that I'm making this video.
Notice he slipped in to get his kids taken away. So this was all just an elaborate scheme by Rev and Shanny. Now, I'm not going to say that they didn't, like, ride on the drama of this. Like, they didn't know what was going to go down. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying... Pardon me. I think he's giving them way too much credit here. That's all I'm trying to say. Excuse me.
And it'll be more than that when I get done with this video, I assure you. Okay, so now we've heard what Shanny had to say. Okay, and then they bring in this unknown person who does the oh woe is me stuff to get my sympathy. And unfortunately, it worked like a charm because, buddy, she had my sympathy right then and there. Especially when she lied and said her mom was a Wiccan. I don't believe that anymore. I think that was a ploy. I think that was a ploy to get on my good graces because she saw my pinnacle, and so she tried to get on my good graces. And so that's exactly what she did. And unfortunately, I took a bait. I admit it. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for a nice person, you know. And I thought she was sincere. I thought she had been mistreated. You know, I don't even know if she's been mistreated now because when you hear what she says, it's going to blow your fucking mind. What she says to me is just going to totally blow your mind. Okay, so let me find it and then I'll mute and then we'll be right back after these messages. And I was fucking muted. You're going to hear her in her own words tell you exactly what she means, exactly what she says. You're going to hear it from her own mouth.
What's interesting, though, I haven't seen this far in the video, but I'm going to take a wild bet that Vonhelton doesn't show himself in that chat, because what I'm going to highlight when we get to it is the fact that I don't know this person. I don't know what she's saying is 100% true, not true. I don't have a reason to doubt her. I don't know. But I'm just saying you have someone, if we take it at face value, who's basically dumping their guts emotionally out. Like reaching out to people, talking about a couple times, talking about some real horrific events that supposedly happened in her life. And Vonhelton's up there licking his fingers, eating a fucking ice cream sandwich or an Eskimo pie or some shit. Like he's actually, like it's like a scene out of a comedy, but it's not, which doesn't really make it funny. It just anyways. I just think it's funny that now he wants to use it as like some leverage of whatever.
Okay, without any intervention from me at all. You're going to hear it all live and from her own mouth. Okay, these people know exactly what they're doing. This is not... Now, I won't say it's scripted because that's a little too extreme. I'm not saying it's scripted. But what I am saying is that they know exactly what they're saying. They know that what they say are trigger words to get CPS to come out and take your kids. When you say somebody needs anger management, when you say somebody needs therapy, when you say somebody needs psychological help, when you say somebody is traumatized, those are precursor words. Those are words to get CPS to come out and take the kids. And they know this, okay? They know this. They went online, they've studied it. They know that these are words, these are trigger words. That's the word I'm looking for. They're trigger words to get CPS to take somebody's kids. So now here you're going to hear from her own mouth what she's saying. Here we go.
On my own channel.
Yeah, that's
even
what
on
it is.
my own channel, I'll talk about it.
Shanny, boot this motherfucker. Get him out of here.
My whole point is, Vaughn,
No, Von should be booted.
you have to get help, like, from a therapist. Go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. I go to therapy. I take medication because I need it, because I have a
right. You're a fucking saint there, champ. Let Dragon Jim talk.
Okay, you heard it from her own mouth. You need therapy. You need therapy. Therapy's okay. No, therapy is not okay. Somebody that needs therapy gets their kids taken away. Now, did she know that somebody that needs therapy gets their kids taken away? Of course she did. Of course she does. She knows exactly what words to say to get CPS out to someone's house to get her kids taken away. And she was in there deliberately to do exactly that. And you can bet your ass that her comment right there is winging its way to CPS as we speak. So is Shanny's comment winging its way to CPS as we speak. All right? That is a fact. I'm not making that up. I guarantee you that the trolls cut these phrases out and sent them to CPS.
Yes, because I'm sure that Shanny and this person's random comments on a YouTube live stream carry that much weight with CPS. But you know what would carry a lot of weight with CPS? Watching his behavior on that live stream.
Oh, look how evil Vonhelton is. Look how evil he is. We got to take them kids again. So even if I do get my kids back, they'll just use these clips here to go and get my kids taken again. I can't fucking win. I guarantee you when I get my kids back from CPS, it won't even be 2 fucking weeks. So CPS will be out here again on some fucked up goddamn false claim. And who did it? These people in the chat and the people in the outside chat of this live show. They're the ones doing it. And this lady here, who claims she doesn't know me at all, is just going to suddenly blurt out that I need therapy? No, that's not normal. So what is she? She's a troll. She knows exactly what she's saying. She knows exactly what she's fucking doing. This is all, like I said, will I say it's a setup or it's scripted or something like that? Perhaps not. Perhaps that's a little extreme. But do they know what they're saying? Do they know that these things they're saying is going to perk the ears of CPS? Absolutely, they fucking do. They ain't nobody here not know what they're doing. Nobody. Nobody. And anybody that watched that video, that whole live show for at least 5 minutes, knows that the people in that chat were people that were calling CPS to get my kids taken away. Because I said it numerous times, over and over and over again. That these people were people calling CPS on me. Okay? So that she knew that the people she was talking to were talking to CPS. She knew that going in. She knew it going in. And she admitted that she had been watching the live show. Okay? So she has no excuse. So why did she say this? She said this because she...
I actually don't think anybody in the chat, in that live stream, actually called CPS on Vaughn ever. To be honest, I'm trying to run through my head who in that live stream may have called CPS, and I'm pretty sure everybody said not me. Not that I'm against people that called CPS. I mean, if you see something you think is endangering children, I think it's your obligation to notify the authorities. But I'm just for the record, I don't think anyone in this live stream actually called or claimed to call CPS.
She knew it would trigger CPS to come and take my kids. She knew exactly what she was saying. Okay? And the sad part about it is that she played on my heartstrings, claiming that her mother was Wiccan, so that I, seeing my pinnacle, she claims her mother was Wiccan because she knew it would get to me. She knew it would tug at my heartstrings. She's sitting there, oh, woe is me. My husband would abuse me, and I lost my kids, and my all this, and all this crap. To what? To placate to me, to get me sucked in, so that then she can lower the fucking bombshell on me, which she did. Okay? This is all by design. All by design. Okay? She knew what she was saying. There's no question she knew what she was saying. Okay? And she had to know that telling people that they need therapy is a trigger word for CPS to take their kids. She had to know that shit. Because we've been talking about it all fucking night. So she had to know it. Okay? Let me get out of here and get up to full screen. Because I have some news. I have some news to say. And the news is that I had a talk with G-Man this morning about this very issue. And G-Man has basically said he's had enough. And he is willing to liaison with my attorney, either from his home state or to fly down here to Kentucky, either one my attorney wishes, and to actually testify in my defense to get my children back home. Okay, for real.
Oh,
he's actually going to come to bat for me in court, and he just said so, and he said, Vaughn, you have my permission to...
You know the expression, you can't bullshit a bullshitter? Folks, when idiots collide, I just had a vision of like Dumb and Dumber traveling across America.
Say this. I said, all right, fine, because I wanted to keep it private, actually. But he said, no, you have my permission to say this. And so I'm saying it. G-Man is on my side. He has my back. And him and my attorney... Excuse me. I haven't ate yet. And I've got a dry throat from yelling all night last night. Gee, what a shock, right? Oh, but it's totally fair, guys. Having 9 people in the chat, and 8 of them are bashing me, or 7 of them are bashing me. But that's fair. That's a fair chat, right, guys? Not one person in that whole 9 hours came in to defend me and tell these people that they were wrong for destroying my...
Well, to be fair, though, Vaughn came into an existing conversation and spun it to himself. And whenever the conversation deviated, it's worth it just to watch the sour look on his face when someone else was the spotlight and getting attention.
My marriage, that they were wrong for driving Andrea insane, that they were wrong for calling CPS to take my children away. Not one person defended me in that chat. Surely David Anthony defended you, Vaughn. No, David Anthony did not. In fact, David Anthony laughed at me when I brought up that slander, libel, defamation, and harassment were crimes. He laughed and said, no, they're not. They're freedom of speech. We can harass you all we want. They actually said that. They actually laughed at me when I told them that harassment was a crime. And you wonder why trolls are having such a field day on the internet? It's because they've convinced everyone that harassment is free speech, that slander is free speech, that libel is free speech, that harassment and defamation and all this stuff, that it's all free speech, that it's all fair use, that they can say whatever they want, they can disparage anybody however they want, whenever they want. And that's not true. In fact, defamation, if you look it up, actually rises to the level of a criminal act. Well, is there just cause for defamation to be risen to a criminal act? Yeah, there's 3 little kids involved. That would pretty much make it dangerous, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so, and David Anthony didn't do any fucking research, obviously, because if he'd have done just the slightest bit of research, he would have known that defamation does indeed rise to the level of a criminal act. But see, he didn't know that. In fact, he was too busy laughing at me, telling me that slander, libel, defamation, and harassment were legal. He was too busy laughing at me to actually do some research and say, oh, wait, defamation's a criminal act. Because what was he saying in the chat? He said in the chat, oh, this is just civil cases, and they don't amount to nothing, and you ain't going to go nowhere with it, Vonhelton, and you're not going to be able to beat these people, Von, because it's all just civil cases, and it's your word against theirs, and blah, 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 blah. He was too busy defending the very people that called CPS to take my children away to fucking do some research and find out, oh, defamation really is a crime. He didn't bother to do any research on that, but that's okay. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, G-Man wants me to tell everyone that he...
Just again, a correction, it was not the very people. I mean, he was making lots of allegations against lots of people, so it's kind of hard to keep track, but again, to my recollection, I don't think anyone was in that live stream that actually claims to have called CPS on Vonhelton.
He has got my back.
I do apologize if the mic's a little low. I'm not sure. It seems to be reading low, but I can't turn it up anymore. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope it's not too annoying. I know sometimes I talk low, so...
is going to come and appear in court. He is going to liaison with my attorney. And now we are going to throw you people in prison after we get done with the local yokels. Because the local yokels are going to jail. And then when we get done with them, we're coming after you internet trolls. And you're all going to go to prison. You're all going to be fined. When you can't pay the fine, what's going to happen to you? Are you just going to be let go? Is the court just go, oh, well, okay, you ain't got the money, so just, go on your merry way? No. That's not what happens. If you can't pay the court costs and you can't pay that fee and you can't pay those fines, they arrest you and throw you in jail. But Von, there's no such thing as debtor's prison. Well, then you're a bloomin' idiot. To quote my British friends, you're a bloomin' idiot. Because there is a debtor's prison. Don't pay your taxes and see what happens, fucker. They throw you in jail. Okay? Don't pay your court costs or your property taxes or whatever. Don't pay that shit. See what happens to your happy ass. They throw you in jail. So you can sit there and scream, there's no such thing as debtor's prison. You can scream that to your blue in the face and then go to change the damn thing. You don't pay what you're supposed to pay, they will throw your ass in prison. Sorry about your motherfucking luck. And you can scream there's no such thing as debtor's prison all you want. While Bubba is sitting there looking at you. Your new cellmate, Bubba. He's going to be sitting there looking at you. Oh, so you didn't think there was a debtor's prison, did you? Well, you got played, didn't you? Dumbass. They're not going to let you walk out of that courtroom without paying. Are you fucking high? It's not going to happen, okay? When the court wants their fucking money, they want their fucking money right now. And if you can't pay it, they throw your ass in jail. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. That is a fact. All right? But anyway, G-Man has told me to, he wants to liaison with my attorney, and either through his home state, by Skype or whatever, or come down here physically and defend me here in Kentucky in court. He has stated publicly that he is going to do exactly that. And so that's awesome. Because
well, what the hell is G-Man going to testify to? The only thing G-Man knows is the garbage that you told him, and like G-Man's opinion on anything was not going to... God damn. I think it was interesting too, Vonhelton, actually he spilt the tea on quite a bit of stuff. If you really listen, you dig through it, there's some kernels in there, in that live stream. One of which he said that his lawyer isn't answering his phone calls. It's interesting because he keeps saying on the 28th I have a meeting to get my kids back, and then he reveals that there is no meeting scheduled. He's demanding a meeting on the 28th, and if they don't give his kids back, there's going to be lawsuits, and he's going to kidnap his kids. He's going to demand that they get dropped off at Burger King. I swear to God, this is what he's fucking saying, folks. But unfortunately, his attorney is not answering his phone calls. You can't script this stuff, kids.
Because every little bit helps, and I'm certainly not going to refuse help. And let's be clear. I have made these videos about Christianity, and we've seen what Shanny for Christ has done. We've seen what Rev for Christ has done. We've seen what Revelation News or whatever name he's going by these days. We've seen what these supposed Christians have done. We've seen what the Christians here locally are doing to my family. They're trying to break my family apart. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. And so we've seen what so-called Christians are doing. Okay, and people wonder why I'll never be a Christian again. Seriously? I mean, really? Now, that's not to say that there aren't good Christians out there. Beckel's a good Christian. G-Man is a good Christian. I know them by their fruits. I know them by their actions. Because at no time have they ever sided with these criminals, and at no time have they ever said that taking my children away and abusing my wife was a good thing. Neither one of them have ever said that, and I respect them for that. All right, so there are good Christians out there, but unfortunately, you got all these Christians here locally that want to destroy my family because I'm an evil pagan, guys. I'm just so evil. Can't you tell? Can't you tell how just goddamn evil I am? Isn't that awful? I'm just so evil, man. I'm just, I'm down in my basement mixing up potions and shit, right? Isn't that right? I mean, isn't that what they claim? Yeah, fuck yeah. It was funny. They called the police out here, and the police show up. I said, why are you guys showing up? I said, we want to see your cellar. I said, you want to see my what? I said, we want to see your cellar. I said, I got some bad news for you. I live in a single wide trailer. I don't have a cellar or a basement. Sorry. Well, we got to come out on every call. Okay. Well, see, that's stupidity. All right. When you live in a single wide trailer, now, granted, you can set a single wide trailer on a basement, that's true, but I mean, as many times as they've been out to my house, they know damn good well I ain't got no basement. But they come in the house, they check, they look for a basement door or a cellar door and all that. Obviously, I don't have one. So what was going on? These same trolls that was in Rev and Shanny's hangout were calling CPS and telling them that I had my children locked in a cellar and that they had been there for months. They actually told the police.
That's actually a flat-out lie. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but this is a new one. This is a little bit more of that history revisionist sorry, I can't even speak tonight. History revisionism going on in front of our eyes here, kiddies. This is Vonhelton completely pulling this out of his ass. Now we're telling, what? That he's locking up children in his fucking non-existent cellar under his single wide? But, to give him, where credit is due, who else can, proudly say statements like, as many times as the cops have been here, they should know. I mean, I know a few people like that, but...
Police and CPS. They actually told him that. And the police are like, we want to see your cellar. I'm like, what? This is what these people do. They're evil. They're fucking evil people. And notice how Shanny and Rev have changed their name to archangels. Have you noticed that? They changed their name to archangels. Folks, what happened to 1/3 of the archangels in heaven? Oh, they fell, according to the Bible, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. So what's up with that, Alfie? Things that make you go, right? Things that make you go, things that make you go, things that make you go, Let's see. They named themselves archangels, and 1/3 of the archangels fell and sided with Satan, with Lucifer. What do you want me to say? What do you want me? How do you want me to answer that? How do you want me to respond to that? You tell me. How should I respond to that? All right, but anyways, that's where we're at. And like I said, G-Man wanted me to tell you. I wasn't going to tell anybody, but G-Man wanted me to tell everyone that he is willing to physically come here to the great state of Kentucky, stand in court, and defend me against you sick motherfuckers who keep calling CPS out to the house, or you convince the school to lie on your behalf, or you convince Dr. Del Mundo to come up here from Tennessee and lie on your behalf, leaving a very lucrative practice, I might add. She had a very lucrative practice, from what I understand. Left Dad, come up here to Kentucky to save Vonhelton's kids, because Vonhelton's kids are they're failing to thrive. They're going to die just any minute, doctor. You got to get up there right away, doctor.
That's right, folks. The jig is up. Vonhelton has figured it all out. We actually got a doctor to leave their lucrative practice to move to Manchester just for the sole purpose, just a piece of the puzzle in the big plan, the agenda to destroy Vonhelton. That's I've heard that one before, but it's been a long time. But yes, that's true. And we have also placed trolls within the school system where his children go to school, including a school nurse he's claimed before. Those are all, we've planted all those. It's like the Truman Show.
And then Dr. Del Mundo comes into a court of law and lies, perjures herself in that courtroom, saying my children are, quote, failing to thrive. Well, what does that mean? That means my kids are going to die. Okay, here we are 10 years later. Are my children dead? No. No, they're not. Okay, so did Dr. Del Mundo lie? Absolutely.
Well, no, they're not dead because the state stepped in and took your kids. And they gained weight. And they thrived. Unlike that beard.
She did. She used a normal 8-pound baby chart for my premature 3-pound babies. Well, that right there is medical malpractice. Duh. That right there is medical malpractice. Well, Vaughn, surely she's lost her medical license over this. No. Well, Vaughn, surely she's been run out on a rail out of the state of Kentucky over this. No. Well, Vaughn, surely she's been put in prison for this shit. No. No, she is not. Absolutely nothing has been done to this this quack. Okay, let's be clear. This quack. Nothing's been done. Nothing, not a damn thing. She comes into court, she literally lies, and literally uses an 8-pound baby's chart to make her point that my children were failing to thrive. Folks, premature babies drink more Similac and formula than normal babies. I would make special trips into town to get extra formula because my preemie babies eat more formula than a normal baby. Not less, they eat more. And it was so cute, too. My babies were so small, I could literally hold them in my hand like that.
It's interesting. Again, I don't want to digress into the whole kid thing and relive that whole shit. But just remember, this is the man who said he stopped feeding them liquids past 5 p.m. so he didn't have to change their diaper. Just as a reminder.
It was adorable. I was so afraid I would hurt them, though, because they're so damn tiny, right? I was afraid I'd hurt them. They're like, you're not going to hurt them. We'll put them in your hand for you. And they would set one in my hand, and I'd look at it. And those kids right now are in some stranger's house, crying, wanting to come home. Keep that in mind. My children are literally crying to come home. Keep that in mind. There'll be a quiz later. But anyway, G-Man has said he's got my back, and I believe him. And I will have him liaison with my attorney. And we will see what happens to you trolls later on down the road, because something's going to happen. Believe it or not, something is going to happen. Because you can't be allowed to destroy someone's family just because you fucking want to. No, you can't do that. Sorry. And Katie Childers and Tiffany Moser and all these other internet terrorists, you're going down, man. You're going down. And that's just the reality of it. All right, anyway, I'm done with this, but I wanted to defend myself because I know damn good and well that the very clips I just showed you are going to be winging their way to fucking CPS, maybe even before the morning got here. I mean, it's fucking 1:41 now. Maybe even before the morning even got here, they had already been mailed to CPS. Because these trolls ain't going to waste no time trying to get my kids taken away. They're just not. Because that's what they live for. They live for destroying people's lives. That's what they live for. All right? Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day, and a better tomorrow. Bye. We'll be right back after these messages.
We know there's no messages. All right. So that's just a little taste, just a little dab on the tip of your tongue. Again, if you haven't seen it, I know you're going to migrate over to Shanny for Christ's channel. I think it's called Vonhelton's Revenge or something like that. Check it out, but don't spoil your appetite because we are going to get into this. And if you're new to this, folks, I'm serious. You're gonna want to ease into this like an old man easing into a hot tub because there's some juicy stuff. It's hard to say what part of the video you should watch, start, or stop because it's all gold. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So, again, tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Weirdo Wonderland. It's going to be epic, folks. Thanks for joining. And until later, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.